What's up guys, it's your girl LA in LA, and today I am in Santa Monica. I am super excited about that. The circumstances, not so exciting on the other hand. Nonetheless, here we are in Santa Monica. For today's video, I wanted to do the ethnicity tag. I have actually never done that on my channel. Pretty sure most of you guys know what my ethnicity is, but for those of you guys who don't know, that's what this video is for. So buckle up, stay tuned. While I talk about my ethnicity, I will be doing my makeup, which is right there on the chair. Let's roll on with the video. A lot of people have asked me where I got my braids done. I actually will do a video where I talk about the braids, all the stuff that has gone on with this and why I even have these very intricate fancy braids. If you want to hear the background story behind the braids, definitely stay tuned for another video. So the fun thing about this challenge or activity that I'm going to be doing today is that I don't have a mirror, so this is going to be really fun. I've never really done my makeup without a mirror before, so I guess this is like the no mirror challenge incorporated with the ethnicity tag, incorporated with a get ready with me, pretty much. Oh, I guess I do have a mirror, but it's really small. I don't really know what she's gonna do for, ooh, saw that reflection? Ooh-wee, yep. You see my tripod setup? That's what that is. Yep. So to start off my makeup, I always just prime my face. There's so much stuff in my makeup bag, you guys don't even know. For the makeup look I'm trying to achieve today, which isn't really anything specific at all, just so you know, I have the e.l.f. Jelly Pop, which has recently been really popular in the market. That is the e.l.f. Jelly Primer. It's super duper good, you guys. It's really sticky, and that's what makes it different from this primer. Ooh, which is currently open. Love that. See, Lekem is just very expensive, and this has lasted me such a long time, and it will continue to last me such a long time because I'm not gonna buy another one for another like year. To apply the jelly primer, I just very lightly, as I like pull my face to the side. The first question of the ethnicity tag asks what my ethnicity is. Obviously, that makes sense that that would be the first question. My ethnicity is Ethiopian. I am 110% Ethiopian. There's like nothing else in me other than Ethiopia. Both my parents are Ethiopian. My mom literally grew up in Ethiopia. My mom moved out here to California actually when she was like really young for school. She was definitely once fresh off the boat, I will say that. Yeah, fun facts about Lekem. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that in the corner right there. It says #Lekem's video. That's like something that I'm trying to do when I get my new apartment, is definitely just set up the decorations very much for me because I will be moving into my own space very soon. Stay tuned for that. That is why you guys have not gotten an apartment tour yet, is because I'm in the process of getting my own apartment. So once I do that, then that will come. So the next thing I do for my makeup obviously is my brows. There's less room for error if you're working in outwards, which is also why people do their eyes shadow before putting their foundation on. I just recently learned about that, and that is honestly such a lifesaver. What food represents my ethnicity? That's a tough one. The food that best represents the Ethiopian culture is definitely injera, and if anybody tries to tell you anything different, definitely unfriend them. Just block, because they're wrong. There's definitely certain interpretations of Ethiopian food, like you might see some sambusas here and there, but that is not culturally Ethiopian. The culturally Ethiopian food is injera. There's a bunch of different which is different kinds of sauces. But trust me when I say Ethiopian food is injera. There's so much when it comes to Ethiopian food. Like some of my favorite Ethiopian foods are definitely like fırfır, ክትፎ, doro wet for sure. There's a lot to pick from. I will definitely say that. So the next thing that I do with my makeup is concealer. So one thing I've realized with concealer is I have two different shades. I have a darker shade and I have a lighter shade. Now, the way I use my concealer is very different. I used to put the lighter shade around my brows to brighten everything, which technically I still do every so often, and it's probably what I'm going to do today, but I've also gotten really used to putting this, which is a darker shade, which is also Urban Decay instead of Sephora. I put this concealer around my brows now, and it's been pretty good. I like it. The only thing that I like better about putting a tan, lighter concealer around my brows is definitely because it brightens that area, and that's the area that needs most brightening, if anything. One thing that I definitely used to do before was put this concealer around all over my face, and that is a no bueno idea because this is tan and I am very, very not tan. So I've learned recently to put this on areas that I want brightening or just color correcting or whatever it is. I'm just gonna go in with this tan and put it around my brows. The next question on the ethnicity tag is, what is your ethnic language? That was really long. Like, being from New York and moving to LA and not hearing fire trucks is one of the things that I got used to when I moved here, like not hearing them. And then all of a sudden being thrown into the middle of Santa Monica, I just hear that every 3 seconds and it feels like home. So the language that a lot of Ethiopians speak, and the language I speak as well, is Amharic. People typically speak the language that their tribe speaks. Again, it's really different for everybody, but most Ethiopians speak Amharic. Even if you speak, you know, the language of your tribe, most Ethiopians will also be able to speak Amharic on top of that, just because that is what the general population speaks at the end of the day. The fourth question on the ethnicity tag is, do I have an ethnic name? And I mean, I think my name Lekem, which is how you pronounce it. It's not just Lekem or Leku. It's Lekem. That's how you pronounce it. You stress the K. It's a little harder. Some people physically are unable to pronounce my name because of the way certain cultures speak. When you are a part of a specific culture, you just are able to deliver certain words and certain letters differently. That's just how it works. Especially the region you're from, all that stuff definitely matters and plays a role. I really do want people to pronounce my name right. It's a lot harder to pronounce my name the way it is than to just take the shortcut, the American shortcut. It's so hard to pronounce my name the way it's actually supposed to be pronounced, so if you guys can do that, definitely leave a blue heart down below because I want to know who y'all are. Like, that's stellar if y'all can do that. So the next question on the ethnicity tag is kind of interesting because it says, what's your favorite ethnic phrase? I mean, there's a bunch of different phrases in different languages. There's a lot of different sayings even in the Ethiopian language, but I don't really know a lot of those, you know, sayings and phrases. If anything, my mom throws them at me and then I'm like, what does that mean? And then she'll like translate it to like the metaphorical translation in English or exactly word for word what it means. This is such a weird side note and a weird segue, but I would definitely say my favorite phrase that represents an ethnic culture is definitely Hakuna Matata.
What a wonderful phrase.
Which is no worries. Like, it means literally no worries.
It means no worries.
I'm sure multiple of you guys have heard it from The Lion King.
Hakuna Matata.
I lived in Tanzania and that was definitely something thrown around so much throughout the entire 10 years or 9 years that I lived there, and it's really a genuine phrase people use there often. One thing I love to do to make my eyeshadow pop is put concealer on my lids, and just since it's wet, one very important thing is just pretty much just letting it dry so that it could be like a base essentially. So the pat down method is way better than anything else. I am no beauty guru. I know nothing when it comes to makeup, professionally speaking. I feel like I know a couple like tips and tricks that will help keep things looking good, but is it the professional way to do it? Definitely not, but does it do the trick and does it make you look bomb? Yeah, it does. That's why I do it. And that's why I'm sharing it with you guys. This is pretty much what it looks like on the top. And then I walk out like this, and that's pretty much the routine, guys. Done. Just kidding. Not at all. The next question on the ethnicity tag is, which clothes represents your ethnicity best? A lot of Ethiopians wear Habesha kamis, which is the Ethiopian dress, or Habesha lips, which is the Ethiopian clothing. That's what that translates to. I mean, I definitely wore some pretty recently. I will definitely disclose all that information in the wedding recap video that I do because that wedding was too lit, y'all. I will be filling you guys in on that. I did wear a lot of Habesha kamises throughout the wedding, that's for sure. Next, I'm definitely gonna go in on my eyeshadow. I don't have an eyeshadow palette that is like huge here. I only have this little palette right here that I'm using as my mirror as well. This palette is from Sephora. It is the I Love palette, I believe. Yep, I Love. I couldn't really tell you what the colors are, but it has some oranges, obviously. It has a little green right there. It has this nice little golden undertone, and it has like the red, orange, purple kind of vibe going on. And because of that, I love this palette. See what I did there? So the color I'll use on my outer corners are definitely the darker purple. Don't mind me as I, just have this up here so I can actually make sure the look kind of looks semi-decent at least. So the next question on the ethnicity tag is, what drink best represents your ethnicity? Whew, there's a few there. Ethiopians are really go hard or go home kind of people. My kind of people. We'll drink options in our culture for you if that is something that you like. There's a drink called Tudge, which is a honey-based drink, super dank. A lot of people like it. I can't really say much on it. Tudge is alcoholic and I'm underage and I cannot drink, so I don't know anything about how it tastes, but I will say that it's pretty strong and it's pretty honey-like flavored. There is another drink called Allah, which is similar to Tudge. I actually have not tried. I actually literally have not tried that. I remember smelling it and even like tasting it, and it was really not good. Like, it was just super bitter, super strong. I'm actually very, very wrong. Fun fact, my mom just came out and corrected me, so that's what you need your moms for, guys. Allah is actually barley based, not coffee based. I guess I just thought it was coffee based because it looks really, really dark. So the next question is, what music best represents your ethnicity? And that is pretty hard for me because, like I've mentioned in a couple other videos, my uncle is Dawit Tsege and he is a pretty famous Ethiopian singer. So I love his music. I'd just be listening to him on repeat for the most part, which is like not fair, but it's just how it works. I'm biased. The next question is, when was the last time you visited your homeland? That's been quite a while. The last time I went was sophomore year of high school, I believe, or the summer going into my sophomore year. I mean, it was a really long time ago. I miss it for sure. I literally need to go back. The next question is, what are 3 things about your country that you love? This is a lot. I mean, obviously one thing that I love is like literally simply the culture. It makes me super happy. Like the actual culture of everything, the way weddings are done, the way church is held. Another thing I definitely love is obviously the food. Like I said before, the food is so fire. It's very spicy, which is something that I love. A lot of people, a lot of my friends know this about me. I love spicy food. The middle name of Ethiopian food is spicy for sure. Another thing that I definitely love about the country is just the landscape, honestly. It's so beautiful in Ethiopia. I wish I could like throw in some footage for y'all, but like I don't have any recent footage for you guys, but the landscape is beautiful. I mean, if you look up videos about Ethiopia, you could just see like the nature all over the place. And then like a 4th thing for sure is just the fact that Ethiopia was never colonized. That's like a big deal for me just because it shows in the culture too. I mean, nothing has changed since like 400 BCE. I mean, obviously things have changed. People progress and society progresses, but like the core understanding of Ethiopians, the core understanding of like the religion and all that hasn't changed. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned a little bit more about me. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.